Knowing that his brother would die to a demon attack, Muichiro sought Kagaya much earlier in his life. Kagaya obviously accepted the two, and they trained hard their entire lives, becoming the dual Mist Hashira of the Demon Slayer Corps. Yeah, you heard that right. Both Yuichiro and Muichiro would be alive in this scenario. Next, using his future memories, Sanemi found a way to prevent his mother from becoming a demon, which meant his entire family survived. Because of this, he and Genya had an amazing relationship from the very beginning, fighting demons together as brothers. Moving on, Gyomei sought out Kagaya much earlier with his group of orphans, knowing that they would be safe with the Corps. After they were taken in, Gyomei was still able to train and become one of the strongest Hashira around. However, although he managed to save the kids, Kagaku still left his protection in search of power, so his fate wouldn't change much in the long run. One of the Hashira who had the happiest new life is definitely Mitsuri. You see, in this life, she didn't concern herself with trying to find a husband at all, since she already knew that she and Obanai were meant to be together. So she devoted all that time instead to training hard, mastering the art of love breathing. And yeah, in case you're wondering, she and Obanai would be an official couple in this timeline. As for Obanai himself, his life went mostly the same. The only difference is that he fled from his family much earlier before they could permanently scar him. He was then taken in by Kagaya and joined the Corps, where he met Mitsuri again. And although many Hashira were able to change their stories, like Muichiro saving his brother or Giyu saving his friends, Shinobu wasn't so lucky. You see, Shinobu's attempts to save her sister were fruitless. She began training in insect breathing much earlier in life, and with all her immense knowledge of poisons carried over, she believed for sure that she could help Kane defeat Doma during their first encounter. So, when that night came, she fought beside her sister, both of them giving Doma a fight to remember, but it still wasn't enough. Even though it seemed like the sisters might actually win, suddenly, Doma unleashed a furious attack on Shinobu. Sensing the danger, Kane jumped in to protect her sister, sacrificing her own life to ensure Shinobu survived. Injured from the tough fight, Doma fled, cursing the sisters, as Shinobu, once again, held a dying Kane in her arms. This defeat only reinforced her hatred of Doma, and made her even more determined to kill the demon later on. This also what pushed her to seek out Tamayo, giving them more time to work on the anti-Muzan drug and various poisons. Back in the present, Tanjiro and the gang would quickly recover and would be ready for one of the most important battles of their lives, the battle aboard Muzan train. This time, however, all Hashira would know what's at stake, and they would make a plan to ensure that history doesn't repeat itself. Although the others would be nervous, knowing that Rengoku could very well die again, Rengoku himself would be as calm as ever. He would assure the others that even if he dies, they would still be able to defeat Muzan in the end. Soon after, the group would board the Muzan train. They would go through the motions just as before, falling asleep from Enmu's blood demon art, with Tanjiro realizing what he needs to do to overcome the demon. As Tanjiro takes on Enmu head-to-head, the others would protect the train's passengers. Although Rengoku knew exactly where Enmu was hiding this time around, he wouldn't do anything about it. Instead, he would intentionally leave Tanjiro and the others to take care of him once again, so they can develop their skills and abilities. Same as before, Tanjiro would deliver the final blow, killing Enmu, though not before the demon pulls his last-ditch effort and derails the train. The Slayers would immediately get to work, securing all the passengers and making sure they're safe, while Rengoku stays on guard, knowing exactly what comes next. Sure enough, after a few minutes, Akaza would launch his attack, going straight for Tanjiro as Rengoku blocks it, starting their fateful clash. Rengoku would be visibly stronger this time, and Akaza would be surprised by just how much of a fight the Flame Hashira is able to put up. However, despite Rengoku's best efforts, he would quickly reach his limit, unable to contend with Akaza and his regeneration. But just as Akaza would prepare to land the final blow, the Hashira's real plan would spring into action. Rengoku would retreat slightly, making room to use his ultimate flame-breathing technique. And as Akaza prepares to counter it, he'd unexpectedly be ambushed by Giyu and Tenjin, both of whom had been hiding in the forest nearby. The two Hashira would then coordinate their attack with Rengoku's, all three of them approaching from different angles and slashing right at Akaza's neck. With the sun beginning to rise, Akaza would attempt to flee, but the pressure from three Hashira combined would be too overwhelming, and he would turn to dust soon after, unable to escape. So, yeah, Rengoku would survive in this version of the story. Now, while Rengoku's death was a major motivator for Tanjiro to get stronger in the past timeline, seeing the teamwork and strength of the three Hashira would give him the same drive, and he would want to get stronger just the same.